Hi, it's Trudy here from Chicks That Mean Business. Today I wanted to do a video and cover off some credibility boosters. Now this is going to be particularly useful if you're new in business and new to the online space. But may I add, it's also going to be handy for people who may have been around for a little while and haven't quite got the traction that they want or are feeling a little bit and stale in their work. So let's get to it. So there's 5 areas I want to cover off today. And once again, I'm going to talk about niche. If you want to be credible online and you want people to respect you and know what it is that you do and the problems that you solve and to become the go-to person for whatever the solution is that you provide for people in business, you need to be clear on your niche. Because when you can articulate really easily who it is that you help, boom, that's an instant credibility booster because it gives you an air of authority and it allows people to feel confident in you. So the first tip is make sure you're very clear on your niche, who they are, and the problem that you solve. Now, the second one, you've got your niche, you're all qualified and you're ready to go, or maybe you haven't quite qualified yet, this is just as valuable, is your visibility. How and where are you showing up and how do you look when you show up? Visibility is a huge thing in the online game. If you're not practicing it and being aware of it, unless you've got $1 million marketing spend, well maybe not $1 million, but unless you've got a huge marketing spend, no one's going to see you. So, what groups are you active in? What content are you putting out? Is it relative to your niche and where they're at? Are you showing up regularly? And consistency is another one that we talk about in this top 5 as well. But what can you do to show up as who you are and be seen online? Now, I know some people that are in hundreds of groups and their energy is all scattered. I would suggest for visibility, focus on building your business page, focus on building a know, like, trust factor in anywhere between 3 to 5 groups, anything bigger, and unless you have a lot of time to spend online, it's going to get scattered. 3 to 5 groups, and what are the social medias? So if you know your ideal client is also going to be found on LinkedIn, start working LinkedIn. If you know your ideal clients love pictures and images, get Pinterest or Instagram working for you. But you don't have to be active on every single platform to be visible. Because when you know your niche, you know where they hang out, and that's going to help you with your visibility, right? So see how they're starting to interlock? So then the next thing is adding value. I run a group called Chicks That Mean Business, and I delete people who just join the group and then drop a promo post and disappear. That's not adding value. And I'll kick you out of my group as quick as I let you in. So what does adding value mean? So on your page, sharing tips, sharing articles that show the value of your work or articles by other experts, and let people see that what it is that you do has real value and has real meaning. If you're in groups and you can answer a question and give somebody support, do it. The first thing should never be, hey, I can help with that. Here's a link to book in for a session. No, that's group suicide. Don't do that. That's bad. Add value. Help people because you can help them. And let them come to you. Because when you add value, it builds that know, like, trust factor. Now then, here's the next one. So you've got your niche, you know how you help them, you're working on your visibility, you know where they're at, you're adding value to the conversations, you're sharing posts that are really educational. Consistency. Doing it sporadically is not going to help you be credible, it's not going to help you get known, and people are not going to look at you as the go-to person because you're dropping in and out, on and off their radar. So you need to be consistent. Now, some people think that that means you have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on social media. No. We don't need to do that. So if you plan your time well, you know your niche, so you know what content they need, and you get a system in place and you automate and systemize your business, that is going to allow consistency to be easy. Now, I've had times where I might spend 15 minutes in the morning posting in my favorite groups that I love to hang out in, having conversations, and then come back, maybe check in for 10 minutes at lunch, and then maybe half an hour in the evening. You can build relationships with people with half an hour to an hour online a day. As long as you've planned it, as long as you have a system and a process, as long as you've got your content organized. So, I mean, there's this beautiful thing with our Facebook business pages called scheduling. So you can spend an hour on a Sunday scheduling posts and articles and things. Boom, it's done. And then the time you spend on Facebook during the week is all about connection and building the know, like, trust factor. So consistency has to happen so people remember you, and you have to stay top of mind. Now, there's another one that, kind of stresses people out, but it's called taking a stand. If there's something in your industry or your business that you're really passionate about, that maybe for me last year, one thing that was really grinding my gears was people building courses, and bad ones that didn't deliver on value, ones that had no solid learning outcomes. And I ranted about that for quite a while. But then my people could see that I was passionate and I cared, and that I was the right person to help them learn how to build a course. So taking a stand, it's, sometimes it's very polarizing, depending on how far you want to take it. But being known for something, not only your modality, but the passion and the power behind it, that is a fast track to really standing out online. So I put that one in last. Sometimes there's got to be some inner work happening to allow people to feel good about doing that. I personally love a good rant. I love getting out there and something's grinding my gears, I will share it. But I've had a bit of practice with the online space. But that is something to consider, because the people who agree with you will love you. If you're saying the thing that most people are too scared to say, people will be drawn to that. You may have to deal with the people who disagree, and there's a whole heap of really simple strategies around that. You either engage and have a conversation, you accept that they're never going to accept your point of view, and you delete them from your page. You block them. Boom, done. So they're my tips for credibility fast online. Know your niche so you know the problem. Start getting visible, so pick the groups where you know they are and pick the social media. Start adding value, whether it's comments, shares, articles, being helpful. Be consistent in your approach. Be methodical, schedule, plan, systemize and organize, and then allow yourself to really take a stand and be passionate and really show what it is that you believe in and why you're in business, or why you do the thing that you do, or however that looks for your individual circumstances. So there's the 5 credibility boosters. I have a little ebook, it's credibility boosters for new coaches, but it's actually relevant to anyone who's in the service industry. You're more than welcome to download that as well. Just cute little reminders for you of what I've discussed in the video. And as always, if you need help, hit reply to the email, click the link, whatever I put with this video. And as always, go out there and dream that dream, and then go out there and build that vision.